like you said, it's one thing to say and see, but it's another thing to be a part of and actually understand it. And now that I kind of understand it, I haven't gotten there yet.
Take two. Hey, everyone. Welcome into Texas Ag's Rewind, presented by Specs. David Nuno, Carson Stein, Luke Evangelist behind the glass. Carson, what did you learn on the show today? You got to tell me something you learned.
I learned Shereen Williams is very pumped up about this new coaching move.
What about one stat you learned? Can't think of anything, can you?
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah, see? I want to see who's writing notes during the show. Luke Evangelist, what did you learn, and what's going to be on the Rewind?
Well, Carson also learned how to turn on his mic today, which is a good start for day one. On the Rewind, we had Ryan Targac, always great. Shout out to number 12, the best 12th man this year. We had Andrew Monaco, the voice of Texas A&M, and then Tom Hart and Bill Bender.
Bill Bender. Can you tell the people who Bill Bender is?
He is a very well-informed gentleman who talks college football.
For Sporting News, by the way.
Yes, the senior writer.
Senior writer. Thank you so much, Luke. It is the Rewind. Check it, please.
You know, the program's done so much for me, and this university has done so much for me that only thing I have to do is just give back to it right now. So whether it be for a short amount of time or for who knows, but I would love to just be a part of the program that's helped me out so much.
So the feeling is most of the guys are going to come back. That's the feeling. What's your vibe? What are you hearing? What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the feeling that I have just talking to some guys on the team, some of the coaches, and I knew why some of the guys told me that, one big piece for them is just to get Mike back.
Yeah.
And I know that, they're still having to make decisions, big time decisions, whether it be draft or whether it be what's best for them. And I understand that. Or what I tell guys, I've had some young guys call me and they're like, what should I do? And I'm like, as much as you want to think about your teammates or some other guys, you have to just look out for yourself. What's best for you, because wherever you go, you're going to have to get an education. I think, and that plays out in the long run more than baseball does, in my opinion, because you're more of a person than you are a baseball player for your life. I've told that to some of the guys, and I told them, when it comes to NIL, I'm like, that's short-term stuff. Don't let that, take you away from what you want to do. And whether it be here, whether it be somewhere else, I know that here that, you're getting a lot more than money. I can tell you that by playing for the best fans, for the best university, and by getting the best education that you can. And so I've been telling those guys that just to look out for yourself in that direction.
Well, Early's the head coach. I believe that you'll probably be in attendance today at the presser. In your interactions over 3 years, from your perspective, you tell us about Mike Early and your interactions with him.
If I tell you from the perspective, I have to say it from the player's perspective and how much respect that they have. And again, back to that point of the former and current players, that loyalty and how much he has helped them, and that impact that he has had with those players, I think says everything. Like, they talk about him in a different way when they talk about how they've affected them as players and then as people. They love being around Michael. And that's what I like. Like, he gets it all. For the longest time, Bronny, we were always worried about, wow, where's Michael going to go? Oh, that job's open. Yeah. Where's he going to go? What better place to be than here for the next? And he has a chance to be here for a long, long time.
I think that's his intention.
Man, and that's exciting.
Right, because he talked about it, and Billy Lucci even brought it up. Like, the reason why Dan Campbell wasn't going to be the head coach at Texas A&M wasn't because he has any kind of disdain for Texas A&M or that he doesn't want to go coach in college. He loves A&M. Yeah. But he's so loyal to the people that gave him a shot. And I think that's what we're looking at here with Michael Early, is that if things work out well for him here, this guy's going to stay here for a while. He's loyal, and his wife and his kids, they were just over the moon about the opportunity to stay as members of the Bryan College Station community.
Think about this, as he's prepared every player for that moment, right? You're prepared. He was prepared for this moment, from the interview to knocking that out of the park. Like that, I just think he's someone special who can be here for a very long time.
Hey, so I don't know if you know, Tom, but there's been a little bit of drama over the last 7-8 days. I think when we last spoke, Schloss hadn't announced that he was leaving yet. I don't think he had. I think it was right before he announced, and here we are. Michael Early's the head coach, and Schloss went to Texas.
So as I said, I was away, and to me, there's a lot of big news. Obviously, it's big and everything and how it went down. But I think the most recent part of it, which I'm not sure I'm totally up to date on, is not just the number of guys, but the names of guys who are staying versus having the option to pack up and move down the street and wear orange next year. What were those significant names that are staying that we know of as of now?
Well, I mean, significant names that have announced, Shane Sadeo, Hayden Schott. We're still waiting on the big guys like Jace and Gavin Grohovic, but there's been a feeling that they're going to stick around. Like I think the feeling is most of these guys will stick around. Jace posted a picture yesterday from campus, so there's the thought that it's going to happen, but nothing's guaranteed yet.
Yeah, Jace he's a superstar, and Gavin will probably be as well. I just feel like there's more of a track record with Jace, somebody that we're going to be watching as a first round pick, and maybe one of the top picks in the draft. And if you hang on to talent like that, it takes away some of the sting of how everything went down. It won't erase it by any means. But man, what a huge win that would be for Early if he can get those guys to stay.
Some games that you're looking forward to. I'm assuming there's at least 2 A&M games in that mix. Just give me some names or some games that you're like, you know what? A couple months from now, this is what I got my eyes on.
Well, I mean, right off the bat, I could bookend your schedule right away. I mean, Texas A&M Notre Dame's huge. I went back and looked. As you know, they haven't played since 2001. Seems like forever. I saw some Derek Farmer highlights today from that last game that they played in 2001. So having Notre Dame come down to Kyle Field, because I think we know Texas A&M, obviously some excitement around Mike Elko, this roster. Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman's done a fantastic job there the last 2 years, but there's a little bit of that, loss at Louisville last year, loss at Clemson, going down to a tough road environment with a possible new quarterback here, Riley Leonard, who Mike Elko knows well. That's a tough one. I'm really intrigued by that matchup because I think that's a springboard game for the winner. Also in week 1, Florida-Miami. Whoever loses that game, how in week 1 we always overreact more than anything else. That one we're going to overreact to a lot. Same with LSU, USC, because and those are games where we overreact more to the loser. Whereas I think Texas A&M Notre Dame is going to be about the winner. We're going to feel really good about who wins that game.
Bill, I know you have A&M. I think your most recent column about top 25 at number 25, which I think is fair considering the last couple of years. But do you see considerable room for growth from there?
I was excited about the Mike Elko hire because here's one thing he's going to bring to College Station that I've watched at Duke the last couple of years and was impressed with. For the bettors, 8-4 against the spread as an underdog, 5-7 straight up as an underdog at Duke. So people might look at that and say, well, it's a still losing record. No, that's a 5-7 record at Duke with Duke resources and Duke football players. And the way they played with that chip on their shoulder is exactly what Texas A&M needs. They're going to be an underdog in you tell me how many games this year? At least 4 or 5, at least. And to have that chip in those games is going to be a good thing. I am excited about what he's going to bring with that approach to College Station. I've been a big guy, Connor Wegman guy, when he's healthy. You look at that sample. I know it's not great. 18 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I still think he has NFL first-round talent. We need to see him play. And you need to see him play and do it for a prolonged period of time. So those are the things that I'm really excited about when I look at this Texas A&M roster, that 25's right now. It's on them. And by the way, all the tough games at home.
So I don't know if you know this, Carson, but recently there's been an influx of people watching our YouTube channel. It continues to grow. Those people who are watching right now, who are sticking through, I want you to tell them what to do.
I think they should they should comment, and they should subscribe, and probably share it to everybody.
How many people you think that we tell that to are actually like, you know what, I'm going to like it now?
Not enough.
How many people you think say, you know what, I'm going to comment?
You want an exact number?
No, I don't think you can get that exact number.
Yeah, I'm not.
Can somebody comment? I want to see who's actually listening to the very end of this particular video. On your comment, I want you to write the word
comment.
There you go. It's the rewind. See you next time.